Thank you for tuning in to Unchained TV. I'm your host, Naijha Wright-Brown, Executive Director of the Black Veg Society. And hey, it's raining the truth today. Hallelujah! It's raining the truth. We got Chef Rain Truth, the culture vegan in the house, and we want to hear your story. What is a culture vegan? You are cultured, right?
Yeah.
Tell us your story. How did you become vegan and then a vegan chef at that?
Yes, well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Yes, as you mentioned, I am Chef Rain Truth, the culture to vegan. Super excited to be here. Super happy to share with you. Yes, so the culture to vegan, it started because, as a child, I was always very, very unique. I mean, my family, we were a very close family, but I always just felt like there was something different about me in a good way. I didn't know how to really like embrace it, but I just knew that there was something special. And as a child, I always was intrigued with cooking. I was intrigued with food, fruits. My father was a gardener, and I was just so enthralled with how flour can turn into, cookies and cake, and you can use it for stew or gravy. And so while all the other children were outside playing, I was in the kitchen with my father, with my grandmother, with my aunts, and just learning about food. Um, but there was always that one thing inside of me I just didn't understand. And it was the whole fact of animals being eaten. I didn't know what a vegan was. I didn't know what to identify myself as. I just knew that there was some type of connection between animals and what I was seeing my family cooking, just being real. And my mom used to always give me these drumsticks, the chicken drumsticks. And I used to always get in trouble because I used to just pick at it, and I would take it all off to make it look like I ate it. And back in the day, we used to have these cushion chairs. They were old school cushion chairs that you sit on in the golf. And
I
I
know,
know
I
you
remember
remember.
those.
And they would have flowers on them. They were real patterny.
Yeah.
And and oh my gosh, I cut a little slit inside, and I took the stuff out, and I was stuffing the chicken in there. And at some point, as you know, it starts stinking because that's what happens to flesh. It starts
Right,
stinking over time.
right.
And so my mom, she's like, there is something smelling in this kitchen. She just didn't know what it was. And one day she's like, at some point you can identify where it's coming from. And I always, back then, like people pretty much had their seats that they sat in. And basically she discovered my treasure of chicken, and I got in trouble. And
Ooh.
yeah, I did. And so after that, I just told her like, I don't want it. I don't want that. And I would just start eating the sides. And I was young. And I remember because we were living at my grandmother's house back in the day. And I was eating the sides. I was eating the sides, eating the sides. And then very young, because my mom was always working, and it was me and my brothers at home. I was pretty much cooking for myself a lot as a child. And so I just was cooking. I would have food made for her when she was coming home from work, and it just kind of progressed from there. I had a connection to animals. I used to go to the park and feed a squirrel, Lay's potato chips. Like there was so many different variables, but they thought it was a phase initially that I didn't want any meat. And after time and over time, and I was preparing most of my own meals anyway, it just progressed from there. I knew I wanted to be a chef at the age of 6. I wanted to be the author or a chef, and here I am.
Wow, at the age of 6, my goodness. At that age, I was, going to summer camp in rural Massachusetts and learning about eating fresh fruits and vegetables from a garden that was on the land. So that's incredible at the age of 6. So you started a youth culinary program, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh my goodness. So I love, love, love children, and I really love seeing the pride and joy in them in anything that they do. And being that cooking was something that I feel like it helped me just like tap into my creativity. I wanted to pass that forward and share that with other children, because if you really look at it, so in my high school, I was the last class before they got rid of home ec. That was my freshman year. So just imagine how many students or how many youth don't get to even know, like, hey, I can be a chef. I can make this a career. And wow, I didn't, want to be I didn't want it to be that children were not able to experience this. So I took it upon myself to create this culinary program. It's ages 4 to 18, although I do prefer to work with 4 to maybe 14, because they're still really open minded, really intrigued. And I incorporate math and science, and because that's what food is all about. You're incorporating recipes, and, I love history, food science. And yeah, like working with children, like I said, seeing their faces, showing them how to eat healthy, because you see so many children eating Cheetos and,
Right.
eating
Stuff. Yeah.
noodles every day. So,
Right. Stuff that they shouldn't be eating. So this
mhm.
program, is it a virtual program? Is it in person? And now with the pandemic, what's been going on? So tell us the progress of the program. How many students do you take in? And how does I would want to get my daughter in this. How do I do that?
Yeah, so I travel. It has been kind of both. I haven't done the virtual yet. I try virtual, but virtual, I'm really hands on. And even with the pandemic, I'd rather take a break more so than try to do the virtual with children. Maybe I haven't tapped into it in its full, greatness yet, but typically I do about 15 to 20 children by myself, and then I'll have an assistant come. So, it's very, very inexpensive class. I've done it in New York. I've done it in well, I'm currently in New Orleans, so I've done it in Chicago, Milwaukee. Where else have I been? Um, Atlanta. So I've done it kind of a few different places. Done it in the schools and things like that. So I'd either do a 6-week one if it's like a stationary local place, or I do like a condensed one, like a weekend class, if I'm traveling to go to another state.
I like that. Oh yeah, Black Veg Society got to connect with you, and I think that is wonderful. You also have some event planning under your belt, huh? Talk to us
And
about that, because I know all about it.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, talking about that, the last time I seen you was 2015 at the second annual Vegan Soul Fest at Baltimore City Community College, and that was a great time. But that's the
Oh,
last time I saw you in
I
person.
know, it was so, oh my gosh, I missed them days. It was such a great event. I was so happy to
Wasn't
see
it?
you. I think I
Yes.
ran up to you like, ah, I was so happy to see you.
Yes, I got the pictures and they all on the Facebook. So talk to us about your event planning, because I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, so as somebody who travels a lot, and I go to all the vegan fests all over the country, especially before like they became really, really just everywhere. I used to get frustrated. I used to get frustrated because I seen that, we would have maybe one or two, Black African American people on the platform, but we would be in attendance in abundance, but there was really no representation. And so I really wanted to create something where it was very, very representing of who I am. I know that there are a lot of people that look like me, that are vegan, they are plant based, they are curious, they want to know, but the resources are not there for them. So, yes, I created the Midwest Vegan Fest. It's held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we're in like the fourth year, well, fifth minus one because of COVID. And yeah, it's just like been such a great thing. I bring celebrities and people from all over the country, and we have vendors and food. And my key component of it is children really, really tapping into letting them know, like, hey, I'm not alone, and oh, there are other children out here like me.
I love it. I love it. I have to catch you at one of the events. And you also have so it's the vegan soul food and drink
Drink
expo,
expo. Yes.
right? And then you
So
have the
two.
Midwest Vegan Fest. How
Yes.
do they differ?
Okay, so the Midwest Vegan Fest is typically in the spring. Well, it's always in the spring. Always in the spring. That's big. I'm bringing people from all over. I'm giving away all type of stuff, the raffles, everything. The one that's the Vegan Soul Food and Drink Expo, that's more focused on food. Whereas the Midwest Vegan Fest is focused on activism and the complete lifestyle. And then the Vegan Soul Food Fest is like, oh, I could eat this and drink this. So it's more focused and it's smaller. It's a lot smaller than the Midwest Vegan Fest.
Oh, I love it. Talk about some challenges and success story throughout, your career being the culture vegan, and why did you come up with that name, the culture vegan? So the culture
Yeah.
vegan is birth. What are the challenges and success stories throughout your journey?
So I think the challenges, well, the cultured vegan primarily is focused on global cuisine, global lifestyle, showing people that there's so much more out here than just what's right in front of them. And that is the key. Like, turning traditional ethnic dining into an experience that's healthy, that's fresh, that's fun, and yeah, and showing people how to do that. Some of the challenges I've experienced, especially when it comes to creating, um, is just like experiencing a lot of maybe competition or people that I'm about the village. Like, I am so about the village and working
Yes.
together, and I just find that people come and it's more like oh, let me see what she can do and I'm gonna do it better, or people come and they cling to you just so they can see what you're doing so they can do it too. and
Right. Oh, I know
and
all about that.
it's so counterproductive to why I started it. And I'll be honest with you, even when I first started, my mission, I want to convert people to be vegan. That was my rah rah, go vegan. You better like, you know. And over time, my mission, that's not my mission anymore. My mission is to, you know, uh be available for people, educate, be available for when people are ready, just showing people by leading by example, and then just letting people know that, hey, this is where I'm at if you need me or if people ask. But I don't push it on people. I don't think I'm better than anyone, but I definitely, yeah, definitely the competition part is just, it's rough. It's rough, especially when it's coming from people that, are close to you, or you feel like you guys are on the same page, and it's just not the reality of it. And I've also
True.
experienced a lot of racism in what I'm doing. When I first
Gotcha.
created my fest, I got some really hate emails, like from another fest, and they were very upset that I was creating something, for myself, not for myself, but for more diverse, more inclusive, and it was rough. I had it was a lot.
Why? I mean, why can't people believe that we can have more than one soul food, veg fest, vegans fest, black veg fest? Like, there's enough to go. Like, everyone is not going to be in every major city or where the demographic is. So, we all need to band together and get along. And in saying that, that's why the Black Veg Society is meeting people where they are. And we're talking about not just people, businesses, organizations. We're building strategic partnerships across the nation and even across the globe. To help people understand that we can do this together. You don't have to be in silos. You can have
Yeah.
your veg fest in New Orleans, and one in New York, and one in Baltimore, one in LA, or whatever, and we can still come together and support each other. Black Veg Society has sponsored several veg fests last year because we couldn't have our vegan soul fest, but it's coming back this year in August, so
Yeah.
stay tuned for that. But what we did was went out and support other fests that were building and growing, and we will continue to do that even in 2022. So you keep doing what you're doing. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Did you talk about any success stories, or were those all
Oh, so
challenges?
success. Yes. I'm sorry. I got look. I was like, whew, that just sometimes reliving things
I
you've been
know
through,
you
you
have
just
been
be
there,
like,
done
whew.
that, and I just keep it moving.
Yeah, yeah. And so, yes, success. I've catered. I've done food for my food has been featured on TV on Empire season 4 when Taraji P. Henson first went
What?
vegan. Yeah, when she first went vegan, I was contacted, and my food was featured on season 4 of Empire. I've also done food for Maya and John B. Genuine. Um, Bucks
Love it.
owners, a lot of
Love it.
NFL players. So yeah, I've had a lot of success stories, and also I think the most dear to my heart is just my little one cooking beside me, and just like being able to be in the midst. And she has her cooking page, and she loves being a part of it and being vegan, and I think that's probably the best of all of everything, like having somebody, because she's at the age where I was at right now. It's so ironic. I just thought about that as we're talking. She's 6 now. And wow, she's at the age when I was telling you that I was at the age, and it's so dope that she's growing up in a space where she's embraced. She doesn't have to, like, the times are so different now.
Yes, yes, we're getting there. Still got some more work to do, but it is a different time. My daughter is 10 years old now, and everything I do, I make sure it's a reflection of, hey, you can do this too, and you want to be your authentic self as best as you can. You don't got to do everything that I'm doing, but find something, find your purpose, get your passion up, and let's do it. And mommy's going to help you get there. We're going to do this together. And you have 3 children, so right.
Yeah.
So I know it's a handful to have children and do this work and take care of the household and the businesses and stuff like that. So I definitely all hail to you,
Thank you.
Queen
Thank you.
Chef Ray Truth. You're doing your thing. So you have a cookbook, what I understand, a cookbook handbook in your future. Give us the
Yes.
deets.
So back to the children, because what Whitney Houston said, the children are our future, and so that's who I focus on. So yes, I have a book. I actually started it in 2013, and then I lost my father, and so I was I put it down. I was trying to deal with that, and I started getting ready to put it back up, and then my mom got sick.
Oh
So
man,
I was put it
a
down
lot
again.
going on.
Yes,
Yes.
and then I lost my mother, and over the last couple months, I'm like, yep, time to get it back. My mom it's time to get this book. So the book is called Mama, I'm Vegan, with a B. And it is
Oh, so cute.
and it's following a young child that is trying to learn about being vegan but can't say it, and going through all the journey of trying to keep saying, Mama, I'm vegan. And then at the end, the happy ending of, the child finally getting it right and being rewarded and embraced, because, they made it. So it's just showing the journey of that. So I'm in the process, and I'm looking to have it done by end of summer in hand. And I'm
All
excited about
right.
it. I'm excited about it. First of many.
Definitely keep me posted because that's something I want to promote and get out there. It's been long overdue. I should have been had you on the show, but my schedule all crazy. I'm glad that we connected, but please keep me posted on what's going on with the book because I want to bring you back on so we can promote the heck out of it because it
Thank
is for the
you.
children and the children are our future. I got to get my daughter on here to co-host and interview your daughter. I think that would be so cool.
That would be. That would be.
So, what best tip of advice can you provide our viewers looking to become vegan, looking to become a chef, an event planner, an author? What do you have for us? What can you share?
What I'm going to say, the first and foremost thing is to be gentle on yourself, um, and get around like-minded people. Like, truly get around like-minded people. With the era of social media, you can meet people that are vegan, they're authors, they're plant. There's so many different levels and areas that you can tap into to really, like, expand your knowledge, expand your, like, skill set. And that's what I say. Get around people that are like you. Do your own research, because everything that you may see or learn from others may not be in alignment with where you're supposed to go. And I mean, just stay focused. Be strong. Don't just be consistent. Be consistent. That's what I'll say.
Consistency is important, and anything, co-owning a vegan restaurant in Baltimore, once you're not consistent, as soon as something goes one way, you're going to hear about it from the community. So it's always like consistency in food, consistency in customer service, consistency in presentation, whatever it is. So trust me, we connected one time online and kind of talked about that. I'm like, Chef, this is just,
Yeah.
we
They
trying to
wait.
do
They
our
will
thing
wait for
over
you
here,
to fix
but
good
it's
stuff.
very, very important. You gotta,
Yeah.
really understand what's happening. Whether it's in your business, whether it's in you as a person, being consistent in your behavior and how you're dealing with people, dealing with situations, and that whole circle of influence is very important because it kind of helps you and keeps you grounded. Because some of us are floating on a cloud like we're perfect and we have no flaws, but that's not true. Nobody's perfect because everybody has flaws.
My
So
biggest thing I say is, you can say you're a breatharian, and people say, "Well, that ain't the right air you breathing." So, it's not the right air. It's supposed to be this. Like it's just like do the best you can.
Exactly. Before it's great. I'm glad you took the time out to come on to be a guest on the show. Really appreciate it. So again, you're tuning in. This is Naijha Wright-Brown of Naijha Speaks. We're on Unchained TV, also partnering with the Plantarian podcast. So we're gonna have you on there, get this information on there so their audience can hear all the great things that you're doing. Any special word? I know you got some awards and stuff like that. You want to talk about that and then tell us how we can best find you and connect with you.
Okay, so yeah, I've been featured in a lot of stuff. I've been featured in oh my goodness, so many magazines I can't even. I'm trying to. I've been in Veg News and uh, Yolanda Adams. She has a show online. Martha Stewart weddings book. Um, oh my goodness, I'm trying to
So many
remember.
you can't even remember.
It's a lot.
But
It's a lot, and
okay,
I'm humble.
we could definitely follow you and go to your website. So
Yeah.
please tell us how we can best find you and connect with
So
you.
definitely, I'm very active on Instagram now. I'm behind the ball, but I'm not. Very active now. So Instagram would be if you want to get day to day stuff. Instagram at the Cultured Vegan. Don't forget the THE. And I'm on Facebook, The Cultured Vegan, and then my website is theculturedvegan.com. I'm trying to get into the TikTok era and world, but I'm just
Take
taking
your
it slow.
time. One thing
Yeah.
at a time. You got the top three right there. Throw Twitter in there and you'll be all right. But the
Yeah.
culture vegan is easy. So everyone on Instagram at the culture vegan, on Facebook, the culture vegan, the website, theculturevegan.com. Definitely follow Chef. Thank you, Kim, for tuning in. Yes, the more the better. It will be great. We got to share. This is how we disseminate this information and get it all out there. Before we leave out, I just got to shout out folks that are supporting the Black Veg Society. Again, the Black Veg Society is meeting people where they are on their journey towards health, veganism, plant-based lifestyle. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and support Black Veg Society at the blackvegsociety.org. And you can follow us at the Black Veg Society on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. No, not on TikTok yet either. So here's a shout out to some of our sponsors. Veg Fund, definitely been a repeat sponsor since we began in a welfare world. Big shout outs to them. Eat the Change, ETC Impact, nutritionfacts.org, Women Funders and Animal Rights, Mercy for Animals and the People's Fund, Stray Dog Institute, and collectively based right out here in Baltimore. Love that organization, supporting all things Black led. So have to give them a shout out. And then Default Veg. So definitely appreciate your support. Please check those organizations out. They're doing amazing things as well. And then there's a bill we have to support in Montgomery County. We're trying to get healthier options on kids' menus. So make the healthy choice. we got to focus on. We talked about the children are our future. So hashtag healthy MoCo. There is some information on the ticker that you just text options, and there's a number there. Please support that bill. We have to get that passed so restaurants can get healthier beverages, lower salt or no salt, and then lower sugar, low sugar contained items on the menu. So you definitely want to support. Just go hashtag healthy kids MoCo and support that. It's Vegan Restaurant Week coming up in March. So for more information about that, you want to go to veganrestaurantweek.org. It's going to run from March 4th to the 28th. You can find all the information there. We're still recruiting restaurants. It's going to be major. Please, if you have a restaurant that you know in Maryland that needs to add more options or should be featured on this platform, please tell them to go to veganrestaurantweek.org and sign up. It's going to be a fun time in March. And again, thank you for tuning in. And any last message that you want to send?
I just want to say thank you for having me. I am so happy to be here, and I love your show. It's really dope. No, that's it. Thank you. If you guys want to contact me, if you have more questions, you guys can, contact me on Instagram. And I hope to be on again.
Oh, absolutely. That way, if you got your events coming up, whatever it is, we'll connect. Sometimes you just gotta ping me and say, hey, I'm always looking to feature upcoming events and talk to amazing people just like yourself. So you will be back on again. I got you. From 2:15 now, I owe you a lot more coverage. All right, Chef. It was great. Again, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Share, like.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys are in New Orleans, this is my new home since September. So contact me. I'm out here. If you guys are hungry, need some good vegan food, make sure you connect with me.
I'm gonna get out there. Trust me. We're gonna make a trip out there. Not this year, next year. We're gonna get out there. So keep me posted. So again, and everyone, if you haven't downloaded the Unchained TV app, please do so. It's free. You'll find lots of coverage on there. Shout out to Jane Velez Mitchell for making this happen. So Unchained TV. And you can follow Unchained TV at Unchained TV on Instagram, and Jane Velez Mitchell on Facebook, and then Unchained TV on Twitter. So whatever you decide to do out there, please be well and be safe. All right. Have a good one.